Cat pee isn't just gross, it's a message. And I didn't know that until my own cat peed on 3 different things in 1 week. And once I stopped spiraling and started investigating, I realized she wasn't being naughty, she was trying to tell me something. Today, I'll show you what those messages might mean, and how to respond in a way your cat will actually understand. It was a normal day until I walked into my room and was immediately hit with that smell. The unmistakable, nose-burning, ammonia-filled betrayal of cat pee. I froze. My heart sank. Slowly, I turned my head, and there she was, my cat sitting proudly on my laptop, staring at me like nothing had happened. She blinked, innocently, as if she hadn't just peed on my most prized possession. I gasped. Why, Mittens? Why? Was this revenge? A power move? A declaration of war? Naturally, I spiraled. Did I forget to feed her? Did I bring home the scent of another cat? There was no way I was going to be a rejected cat parent. So I went full detective mode. Because let's be real, if your cat is peeing on your stuff, it's never just because they feel like it. There's always a reason. And lucky for you, I've already done the detective work. So today, we're diving deep into why your cat pees where they shouldn't and how to stop it. Let's go. At first, I thought my cat had just lost her mind. Why else would she be casually spraying tiny bursts of pee in random spots? The corner of the couch, my backpack, the freaking front door. It was as if she was tagging my stuff like some tiny furry graffiti artist. But this wasn't random. This was marking. See, cats don't just pee to relieve themselves. They also use it as a way to communicate, both with other cats and even with themselves. Cat pee contains pheromones, which are basically secret messages only cats can read. And if your cat is marking, it won't look like a normal bathroom break. Instead of one big puddle in the corner, which, let's be honest, is bad enough, they'll spray small amounts of urine in specific places. It's their way of saying, this is mine. I live here. Back off, other cats. And if your cat is in heat, they might also be marking to attract a mate. Yup, even indoor cats will still act like they're starring in a feline version of The Bachelor. And if you've noticed them scratching furniture or rubbing their face on things alongside the marking, congratulations. Your cat is in full-blown territorial mode and staking their claim on your home like they pay rent. But what if that's not the case? What if your cat isn't on some kind of territorial conquest? Maybe they're not trying to make your couch smell like Ode to Kitty, yet the peeing continues. That's when it's time to consider another possibility. One that has nothing to do with territory and everything to do with their health. See, when cats have medical issues, one of the first signs is a change in bathroom habits. Cats are pros at hiding pain. So instead of limping like a dog, they just pee in weird places. UTIs are a common culprit, especially if your cat's peeing tiny amounts often or seems uncomfortable. Blood in the urine? Immediate vet visit. No exceptions. Bladder stones or blockages are painful, dangerous, and life-threatening, especially in male cats. If they're straining to pee with nothing coming out, it's an emergency. Vet. Now. Sometimes it's feline idiopathic cystitis, fancy speak for bladder inflammation with no clear cause. And of course, cats being cats, it's often triggered by stress. Drinking more and peeing everywhere could be kidney disease. Their kidneys might be struggling. Diabetes shows up similarly, but with one big clue: weight loss despite eating like a champ. Don't forget arthritis. If your senior cat avoids the litter box, it might not be their bladder, it could be joint pain. Stepping over high walls hurts, so they go somewhere easier, like your carpet. So, what do? First things first. Get your cat checked by a vet. Don't assume it's just bad behavior. If there's a medical issue, peeing outside the litter box won't stop until the real problem is treated. And if your vet gives the all clear, well, then we're dealing with something a little more complicated. Stress. Yep, just like humans, cats get stressed. And unlike humans, they don't have yoga or deep breathing to calm themselves down. Instead, they pee everywhere. Your cat's entire world revolves around routine and territory. Change something, anything, and they might start marking their space to regain control. A new pet? Stress. Visitors? Stress. Moving? Stress. Even something as small as a change in feeding time can throw them off. And when a cat is stressed, their way of coping is to leave their scent around the house, basically telling the world, this is mine and I need to feel safe. So what's the solution? First, identify the stressor. Then, give your cat what they need: stability, routine, and a sense of security. More playtime, safe hiding spots, and keeping their environment as predictable as possible can help. Now, if stress isn't the culprit, then it's time to take a hard look at your cat's bathroom situation. Because if there's one thing cats won't compromise on, it's litter box hygiene. You can imagine walking into a public restroom, only to find it unflushed, messy, and reeking of ammonia. Would you want to use it? Probably not. Well, your cat feels the same way about a dirty litter box. They're incredibly clean animals, and if their bathroom doesn't meet their high standards, they'll find a better place, like your carpet, your bed, or that freshly washed pile of laundry. If the smell is unbearable to a human, it's even worse for a cat, whose sense of smell is much stronger. But cleanliness isn't the only issue. The litter box itself might be the problem. A box that's too small or located in a noisy, high-traffic area can make a cat feel vulnerable. No one likes feeling cramped or exposed while using the bathroom, and cats are no different. A properly sized litter box should allow enough room for a cat to turn around comfortably, and it should be placed in a quiet, low-stress area away from food and water. And let's talk about sharing. You wouldn't want to share a tiny bathroom with 5 other people all fighting for space, right? Cats feel the same way. The golden rule? 1 litter box per cat plus an extra. If you've got 2 cats, you need 3 boxes. This prevents territorial disputes and gives each cat a clean, stress-free place to do their business. Still finding pee where it shouldn't be? Consider switching up the litter itself. Some cats prefer ultra-soft, fine-grain litter that feels gentle under their paws, while others don't mind larger pellets. If the litter is too rough, some cats might avoid it altogether, kind of like how humans hate walking barefoot on gravel. The same goes for fragrance. A heavily scented litter might smell pleasant to a person, but to a cat it can be overwhelming, like being stuck in a room filled with too much perfume. Testing different litter types. Clumping, non-clumping, scented, unscented, fine-grain, or pellet-based can help identify a preference. Then there's attention-seeking behavior. Some cats thrive on interaction, and if they feel neglected, they might resort to drastic measures, like peeing on your clothes to remind you they exist. This is about communication. If a cat starts marking personal items, it's often their way of saying, "Hey, don't forget about me." Some cats are naturally more independent and don't require constant attention, but others are like little shadows, always wanting to be near their humans. Breeds like ragdolls and Maine Coons practically melt into your arms, flopping down and demanding affection. On the other hand, more reserved breeds like Russian Blues or British Shorthairs might not seek cuddles as often but still need engagement in their own way. When a cat starts acting out, the solution is often simple: more quality time. Interactive play sessions, gentle petting, on their terms, and even just sitting near them can make all the difference. As cats are creatures of habit, anything that disrupts their sense of security can lead to unexpected behaviors. And one major trigger is vet visit anxiety. Just like some dogs tremble at the sight of a leash leading to the vet or how kids resist doctor appointments, cats can associate the carrier and car ride with stress. This anxiety might not show up immediately. It can manifest in unexpected ways, like marking clothes as a way to self-soothe or regain control over their environment. Some cats even react by hiding for hours after returning home, while others resort to stress-related behaviors, like excessive grooming or, unfortunately, peeing where they shouldn't. And then there's the curious case of selective peeing. Why do some cats only target one person's clothes? If your cat has a particular fondness or frustration toward your husband's or boyfriend's clothing, there could be a few reasons. First, it might be about comfort and security. Just as babies cling to their parents' scent for reassurance, cats can form strong associations with a person's smell. By peeing on clothes, they may be attempting to mix their scent with that of someone they trust, or claim them as their own. Then there's the ammonia factor. If your husband's sweat has a slightly ammonia-like odor, possibly due to diet, medications, or underlying health conditions, it could be triggering your cat's instincts. Some felines are oddly attracted to this scent and may react by marking it. Pheromones also play a role. Humans, like animals, release pheromones through sweat, which can be highly detectable to a cat's sensitive nose. If your husband produces stronger pheromones or wears a particular cologne, it might be drawing the cat in, though not in the way he'd appreciate. So these are some common reasons your cat might be peeing on things. But how do you stop it? First, ask yourself, would you want to live in a house where the bathroom is filthy, unpredictable, or randomly moved every few weeks? Nope. Well, your cat doesn't want to either. Step 1. Rule out medical issues. But what if your cat is perfectly healthy and still turning your clothes into their personal restroom? Step 2. Think like a cat. Cats don't just pee randomly. they're sending a message. And that message is usually, I'm stressed, human. So, let's talk prevention. Neutering spaying helps reduce marking behaviors. If your cat is still intact, this might be the fix. Litter box setup matters. Place it somewhere quiet, away from food and water, and don't move it around constantly. Find the right litter. Some cats are picky. If they don't like the texture or smell, they'll find somewhere else to go, like your boyfriend's favorite hoodie. Clean, clean, clean. Scoop daily, deep clean weekly. Cats avoid dirty litter boxes like we avoid gas station restrooms. Use an enzymatic cleaner to remove all traces of urine from accidents. Regular cleaners won't cut it. Cats can still smell old pee, which invites repeat offenses. Provide safe, cozy spots. If your cat doesn't have a stress-free place to retreat to, they might express their anxiety in ways you really won't appreciate. Try synthetic feline pheromones. A fell-away diffuser can work wonders for calming anxious kitties. And one more thing, don't punish your cat. Yelling, spraying them with water, or rubbing their nose in it? That only makes things worse. Cats don't respond to punishment like dogs. Instead, they just get more anxious, which leads to more pee problems. And if nothing works, call in a feline behaviorist. Sometimes, a cat expert is the missing piece to solving the mystery of the rogue pee. As for me, Mittens hasn't peed on my laptop since. But I still shut the lid every night. Just in case. No laptops were harmed in the making of this video. But a hoodie may never recover.